the Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Naveen Patnaik, my colleague Shri Dharmendra Pradhan, Honorable Ministers of the Government of Odisha, Captains of the Industry, ladies and gentlemen, let me at the very outset thank the Honorable Chief Minister Shri Naveen Patnaik for his very gracious invitation to me, inviting me to identify and make in Odisha Conclave that is being organized in Bhubaneswar today. I only wish to assure him and the people that the Government of India object has laid down for the state. For India's growth progress, Odisha really is a test case, and how fast the transformation of Odisha takes place is really the touch. Just 2 decades ago, a state with probably one of the largest percentage terms of tribal population, in terms of poverty level, probably one of the largest in the country, where more lived below the poverty line decades ago. A challenge for India, the Government of India and also the Government of the state of Odisha, in a short period of time to transform that state into a lasting ambition of making him a manufacturing power. Challenges. It had its own assets. As all have pointed out, it's a mineral-rich state. It has a very vast coastline. To be the home to the core sector industries of India, and a great potential for in recent decades, it's had political stability that it probably has an own resource which eventually went outside the state and excelled in various areas of life, various professions. Those emanating from the state made an impressive mark everywhere. It's a combination of these assets and these challenges that Odisha really had to face. The percentage share of manufacturing in Odisha's GDP is very high. It's higher than the rest of the country. And therefore, if its base continues to expand, its potential within the state to contribute higher and higher to the country's GDP would be much more. Odisha also has having the advantage of a vast coastline, and our experience in addition to most Asian markets, whether it was India or Taiwan, really targeted the global markets, and that's how they became larger and larger economies. And with a vast coastline, Odisha has that potential. It's conventionally been seen that the western and the northern states of India, the southern states of India, and therefore the potential and a national growth rate was really which had traditionally grown slowly, particular area. And I think with the concentration and a determination, make Odisha a manufacturing hub, services sector, concentration that we saw today on the food processing industry, the presentations which came from certain business groups, important ray of hope as far as the future is concerned. Potential of improving upon its own revenues. It's as far as from the central devolution also has gone up after the 40. The mineral rich, after recent legislative changes and a change in policy, have now been bestowed with that benefit also. With all these potentials, the number of people below poverty coming down radically. And while there would be there also would be a socio-economic to get a much lower level. The number of people below poverty line has been reduced by half. And therefore, if Odisha continues to grow at a pace, potential over the next one and a half decade would also be there. I would also like to mention, in India, compared to the rest of, in the last 2 to 3 years, when also had an adverse impact. Recent months, we've seen that trend being reversed. That augurs well for a state like Odisha and for the country. Serious economic challenges, and one of the greatest concerns has been, amidst this adversity of slower growth, uncertainties, policies in certain countries, of growth world over. Growing major economy in the world, and I have no doubt that we'll continue to do so this year also. But the challenge for India is, how do we look ahead? And therefore, some changes taking place in the immediate context is extremely important. The two initiatives, and I must thank profusely the Honorable Chief Minister and his colleagues for being very supportive in both the recent currency change, eventually benefit the whole country and certainly a state like Odisha. Look at the long-term impact beyond one or two of these two decisions are effectively implemented, notwithstanding the painful process of their implementation, the impact of these decisions. As far as the goods and services tax is concerned, the whole country would be one big market. There would be a seamless flow of goods and services across the country. Would now entail a system where leakages would be blocked, a far more efficient tax system would come into existence, and obviously over a period of time it process, assuming state like Odisha. Tax evasion would increasingly become inception till the sale, the whole process of manufacture. The whole journey of a particular product would be backbone which is being developed for this purpose. Coupled with this, you have a far cleaner economy. It would also tend to get far higher than what it conventionally has been. The taxation and the GST, as also demonetization process is completed itself, would give state impact